Hello again everyone, Deflect here, Firm but Fair Gaming. I want to bring you a video. You've reached level 75, you've got to 306 gear. Now you're wondering, what do I would do in the game? What is there to do in Star Wars at max level? Well, it's a good thing you ask because there is a ton to do at max level. For instance, this is Lucky. Lucky is a world boss. How can you tell if he's a world boss? Well, he's got the symbol above him beside his name, and he has 4 million hit points. That's how you can tell a world boss. They are big. They take a lot to kill. You will need a group for this. The group, can be anywhere from, depending on the world boss, 16 to 24 people. And they are a lot of fun. They give a bunch of conquest points. They can drop some different rewards. And there is a lot of them to do. There is 21 world bosses, plus I believe 3 secret world bosses to do. So you can always find a group. You can put it in the trade chat and just try and get a group for world bosses. They'll be under WB. As if you see them in the chat, WB, that's people looking for the world bosses. Now, if you like the world bosses, you can always do the dark versus light bosses. There is 10 light and 10 dark. So that is 20 in total. They're not always up, so remember that. You can't just go spam 20 of them in a row and be finished. For the achievement, you have to actually wait until they're up to do them. You will require a full group. They are nasty, they hit hard, and you can die pretty quick in them. So you will need a full group to do the dark versus light bosses. So there's a couple of options like that. There's open world bosses like Lucky, the dark versus light bosses, which are also open world. Then you can get into ops, which are the equivalent of raids if you're coming from WoW or something like that. The ops, there are 11 different ops you can do. So if you go to your group, you can see story operations you can queue for. Of the 11, 7 of them have 3 difficulties. So story being the easiest, master being second, or veteran, I forget what they call it. It might be veteran operations. And then lastly being nightmare operations, which are tough. Very tough. You can queue for story operations when you hit 70, but the nightmare ones you want to be fully geared for. So there is 11 different ops you can do. They also rotate as well. They rotate. Dread Fortress is today's, so they will rotate a story operation every day that you can pick up and do in the group finder. Or if you go to the trade chat on the fleet, you will find a lot of people always doing the daily one. So you have that is an option. Flashpoints. There are a ton of flashpoints, 24 of them. You can do them anywhere from story mode up to veteran mode to master mode. They're a lot of fun. They're the equivalent of dungeons if you're coming from WoW or something like that. They are a lot of fun. They're a lot quicker than operations, but a lot of fun nonetheless. 5-man team versus operations are 8 or 16-man. You have 2 different choices when doing operations. Up as well in the same timeline, but a shorter span. So operations being the longest ones you have to commit to. They're about an hour and a half. Then flashpoints can be done depending on your level. If you're talking veteran mode, you can smash through flashpoints in 15-20 minutes. If you're on master mode, it might be 30 minutes. And then the quickest thing to do is uprisings. So there is 10 different uprisings you can do. They are just a mini version of a flashpoint. So uprisings can be done. You can do quick uprising on story mode in about 6 or 8 minutes, I believe. So they're not long. They're pretty quick. You can pound them out pretty fast. They are just a condensed version of a flashpoint. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. 1 boss instead of 3. And you just run right through them. You can also do single boss operations. So these would be the fastest of the operations. There are 3 of them. You will One of them is Tomorrow's Courtyard. The Hive Queen is not quite a single boss, but it's a very quick one. Colossus is a single boss. And these are just one boss operations. So it's literally go in, kill the boss, you're done. Very quick, very short. A lot of fun. I guess they count the Queen, I believe, as one of them, but it's very fast. Very, very fast. But they're just one boss. You can get a lot of cool stuff from them, a lot of tech frags, and you don't have to worry about investing a lot of time because, you know, TC, Tomorrow's Courtyard, can be done in 6 minutes. So, very quick. These two take a little longer. Colossal, he can be done, I would say, 8 minutes, but your group has to know what they're doing. There is mechanics behind it. The Hive is about 15. So they're very quick, single boss operations as well. That is definitely another option to go in and try out. Then once you've done all that, you can even switch over to PvP. In the PvP sector, you have unranked war zones, ranked arenas, and then Galactic Starfighter. So, in the PvP, there is currently, I believe, 13 arenas you can go in and do battle in and test your PvP skills. There is 4 maps for the Starfighter, I believe. 4 different maps, but I believe you can double up, and I think there's 8 different things to do on the Starfighter. So, there's Team Deathmatch and Domination. There should be, I believe there's 4 maps. So, Team Deathmatch, Domination on the Galactic Starfighter. You can pilot the ship. You can queue from that as well, from the Starfighter queue point on your map. And you get to pick your ship, and you have an option of 4 ships to start with. A fighter, a scout, a bomber, and a gunship. So, they all change. Then you can upgrade them, and it's just basically a whole other game in the game. It can go very in depth, and if you like piloting starships and fighting battles like that, it's like an aviation pilot. It will test your skills. If you don't have yours upgraded, don't worry, you will get beat pretty bad, because once you upgrade your ships, they do a lot more damage. They're a lot quicker. They're a lot more maneuverable. So definitely when you're getting into that, don't be heartbroken in the first little bit that you're getting destroyed very quickly. It's just they have better equipment. So you do have to upgrade all this. It does not go on gear score that you currently have. And if that's not enough, and once you're done all those items, or want to switch up from doing all those items for the achievements, you can continuously do them. There is also dailies to do. You can get reputation for each place. You can get different items. This happens to be a mount from Oricon. This, I believe you need, I don't know if it's legendary status or whatever it is, but you need one of the higher status with the Oricon, and you just get that from doing dailies. Dailies you can also queue from your little activity finder, go to the solo tab, and you will see all the daily areas available. You also have your heroic missions that you can sign up for here, so which is great. You can get into some heroic missions right away. And once you're done with dailies, there is always different things. Like some people, you can always help out some of your guildies who are running different items. They might need help with certain items they're trying to get, because they might be hunting down something like achievements. There are a ton of achievements in this game. There is a ton of different things you can get with them. A lot of them give speeders. I'm just not on a character that has one of the speeders currently for my achievements because they are character bound. But there are a lot of different achievements. You can also do Datacron hunting. So Datacrons are little squares that give you stat points, because I have unlocked them all but one because it is glitched for me, which is unfortunate. I've tried it many times. Long story, not going to get into that one, but yeah, Datacrons are ways to boost your character's base points. So these are very, very great to get. You can base or upgrade all your base points, and these are legacy bound. Meaning, if you have one character, you get them, it unlocks for all your characters. It is fantastic. The fleet is actually the best one, I believe, at plus 10 stats to all stats. So the fleet Datacron, very great to get. You can solo it if you have a Juggernaut or Guardian. It is possible. I did it solo. I was going to make a video on it, but it won't let me back in to do it, and I forgot to hit the record button. So, yeah, I'm working on getting another character up so I can actually get in there again. But those are just the items or things you can do at 75. Like I said, a ton of content once you've hit max level. And that's not even to mention you can go out and do Conquest if you're in a Conquest guild and get your items to do weekly and daily as well. And the last thing each week, usually each week, it's not every week, but it's the majority of the weeks, is there's weekly events. So these weekly events switch and they rotate. There's Swoop, there's a Rakghoul, this one happens to be Total Galactic War, Bounty Hunters coming up. So it's a lot of different things as well to do during the week with those events. So they will rotate in and out, and you can keep track each week from your mission log. So if you have any questions, comments, leave them below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite activities are to do during your 75 content. And as always, if you can like, share, subscribe, it is greatly appreciated. This was D Fleck from Firm Fair Gaming.